Treyarch, what in the actual fuck did you guys do to the Call of Duty series? Like, let's be real here for a minute. I fully went into the Black Ops 4 beta knowing that there were going to be some issues. It was a beta. It was break it early test, as Fallout calls it. Break it early access test, or whatever the fuck they want to call it. But I knew going into this that there was going to be glitches and bugs and things we weren't going to like, and it was just to test the game for when it launches in October. I did not know going into this that it would be such a shitty game that it was, and maybe, just maybe, as in words of Zodiac Magic, they put the nail in the coffin. Like, I don't have any positive views for this game. It's not good. I don't like it. Now, before you start doing the whole thoughts or tweaks, you're just a fucking asshole, you don't play enough Call of Duty. Before you start doing that, hear me out. I've been playing Call of Duty since World at War. I fucking love the series. I love Modern Warfare Remastered. I love Modern Warfare 2. I love all the Modern Warfares. I love all the Black Ops, except for Black Ops 2, which is kind of boring. I put over 500 levels into Black Ops 3. I've been playing this series since before I hit puberty, okay? Just, I gotta mention that. So, before you go off on me being like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, believe me, I think I kind of do at this point. I've never had a bigger problem with Call of Duty than when I played the Black Ops 4 beta. Let me give you some context here. So, week 1, and this is the only week I'm going to go off of. I don't even want to mention week 2. I will talk about the negatives and the positives toward the end of this video. I don't know how long this video is going to go on, but we're going to get there. So, let's talk about week 1. We're going to start with the maps. The 4 main maps we had were Gridlock, Seaside, Frequency, and Contraband. In weekend 2, they released another map called Hacienda. I believe that's how you say it. Don't quote me on that. Those were made the 5 maps for the 2 weeks. Now, I liked all the maps. The only map I really had an issue with would have been maybe Seaside, just because we played it a lot, not because there was anything wrong with it. We just played a whole hell of a lot of it because that's the map that everyone most likely started out on, that or Frequency, and that's the map we pretty much played the most. All the maps were pretty much 3 lanes. I didn't have any issues with that. The Hacienda map they released at the second part of the beta in the second weekend reminded me of somewhat of an estate from MW2, but with a fall environment to it. It was a pretty cool map. No issues with that whatsoever. We get into the kill streaks here, and I will put a picture up on the screen here. You can see all the kill streaks. But basically, what you have is the RCXD, the UAV, Care Package, Counter UAV, Hellstorm, Lightning Strike, Mantis, which is basically the Cerberus from Black Ops 3. We have the Sentry Gun, Attack Helicopter, Strafe Run, Strike Team, and Gunship. This makes a total for 12 kill streaks. We could have seen maybe 14 to 15, but this is what Treyarch has decided. Me personally, I feel like they should have definitely buffed some of these kill streaks. They're not all that great. I don't have very much footage I was able to record because I was working when the beta was out, but you'll just have to take my word for it. I know that sounds so ridiculous. Now that we've gone through the main things in the game, the next thing I want to get into is my biggest pet peeves, the biggest issues I had with this fucking game. What the fuck? And this is where I get really vulgar because it just pisses me off that Treyarch would release a beta that was so broken and then wonder why we bitch about it. But in Treyarch's defense, they did fix a lot of these things. I will leave links down below to the day 1 review, day 2, and I think they did a 3 and 4. I'm not too sure, but it's on the Reddit, reddit.com, and wherever Treyarch is on Reddit. I don't use Reddit, but I know it's there. So my main issues with the game were, the first thing being the overpowered and imbalanced weapons. My god, what the fuck, Treyarch? These weapons were so random. The MX-9, for example. You take the MX-9, you try and shoot someone, you're putting at least 22 bullets into this guy, especially if it has body armor, and the other team is running, I believe it was Recon or Crash, the guy that gives you an extra 50 health. So you have a total of, you have a shitload of health, and you just pumping bullets into this guy, and he's not dropping. Now, the biggest overpowered weapon for the assault rifles that I can remember is the ICR. It was basically the ACR from Modern Warfare 2, and I will put clips up here. You guys can see in Black Ops 3 that the ICR is not as dominant as you might think. I can melt people, and it just doesn't isn't that dominant. It's not that great. And Black Ops 4, however, as you can see, I am just ruining people with this gun and making their day terrible. It's like, what the fuck, Treyarch? What in your curly-haired fucking heads did you think was going to happen when you buffed the damage for that gun so incredibly much? Now, that was my only issue with the weapons. Most of the other weapons were pretty decently balanced. Not the greatest, but better than nothing. The shotguns were under buff. They actually ended up buffing them, I think, in week 2, so it's not a big deal. My biggest issue with the guns, though, is obviously, as you can tell, the ICR. The next thing I have to talk about is battery. Oh, sweet Mary Jesus fucking Joseph. Battery. Okay, so this is where things get a little interesting, and I'm starting to wonder if someone lost their job because of this, because this just looks fucking bad. Shout out to whoever drew this battery character, but goddamn, dude, it looks like a fucking dude. Like, I'm sorry, battery looks like a male. Does not look like a female. I will throw a picture of battery up here in Black Ops 3. As you can see, she looks completely like we always remembered her, battery being a girl, being this hardcore rebellious type girl figure. We go to Black Ops 4, and she looks like a fucking dude! She looks like she's in the middle of a transgender process. But they identify her as a female. It's like, what the fuck? She looks like a guy! And if she is really a girl, fix it! And she looks like a guy, guys! Jesus Christ! Alright, enough of that. The next thing I have to talk about is Heist. A lot of you may or may not have played Heist. I'll throw a clip of it up here. Basically, what I'm talking about in Heist is that it's basically CSGO. You're playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive. You are playing a PC game. That's what this game mode is. It's a rip-off of CSGO through and through. I can't think of any other way to justify it. It looks like CSGO. It plays like CSGO. And I'm pretty sure they're probably pissed off that Treyarch ripped them off, or Treyarch gave them a little side hole money for it. Something like that. I'm definitely sure. Another thing that really kind of upset me was the specialists. And if you guys don't know what I mean, once again, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. We have 10 specialists. Is 10? I want to say 12, but it's definitely 10. At least 10 that we can play with in the beta. We have Ajax, Battery, Crash, Firebreak, Nomad, Prophet, Recon, Ruin, Seraph, and Torque. That's all 10. How many of those did we get in Black Ops 3? Well, let's count it. Battery, Firebreak, Nomad, Prophet, Ruin, Seraph. Not 6? Either way, we had a lot, okay? And what I'm trying to convey here to you guys is that even though I can't do math properly, I still know when I'm being ripped off by a billion-dollar company like Treyarch and Activision. There's a few other small things I'll start off with that I didn't like. The main menu, having to move your left stick around to navigate the menu is just dumb. Go back to the buttons, they were a lot simpler. The system, I know it was a beta, so I can't complain about this too much, but it is worth mentioning an honorable mention, I guess you could say, where the PS4 system kept crashing. I have a PS4 Pro that I play at 1080p with. I don't even have a 4K panel. I play 1080p with. So the system, in my opinion, should be able to handle the frame rate and the textures and the resolution. For some reason, it just kept crashing. I'm not too sure whose fault, Sony or PlayStation, but I'm just going to chalk it up as it's a beta. I have to deal with it. There's two other things. The overpowered sniper rifles were, overpowered. They did nerf them, though, and they did kind of give us some insight that the sniper that can aim in the middle, there's nothing we can do to change that. That's supposed to be a part of the game. If you don't like it, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to tell you. If you don't like it, you don't like it, I guess. Go Treyarch. Anyways, bunny hopping was the other thing which they did nerf, and so on and so forth. So that's all the things I disliked about the game. So let's start with everything that I somehow managedly, that's a fucking word if I heard it, managed to like about the game and enjoy and give it some hope. So let's start with that. Alright guys, so when it comes to actually liking stuff about the game, I'll be honest, I don't have a whole lot. I have maybe a couple of things I liked about the game. I like the colors, and I like the pace of the game, how they went quickly, that you weren't running around looking for people all day. I don't know, there wasn't too much I actually liked about the game. To be honest, I don't have a whole lot of high hopes for this game. Let's be real here for a minute. If Treyarch was going to release a game that was going to sell, they would release something like Black Ops 1, or they would re-release Black Ops 1 itself. This, is not good work. I'm sorry. I just don't think it's any good. I'm really disappointed. I thought this game was gonna be a really good game. A lot of people had high expectations for Black Ops 4 because Black Ops 3 was so amazingly successful, given that it was still thrust jumping. Like, it's sad. It really is. And the fact that we don't have a campaign is even more frustrating. Like, put your eyes in Joe Schmo Call of Duty player, okay? Just think about this for a second. If you've never played Call of Duty before, I would absolutely recommend that you play this game, because then you would get a feel like for what COD really is, and you might enjoy yourself. But if you've been playing Call of Duty for at least 3 years, I don't recommend you buy this game. It has no campaign. The zombies don't look that great. Me, personally, I don't think they look that great. If you think the zombies look great, I suggest you buy it. If you're just going to buy it for the multiplayer, you're going to be disappointed. I think you're really going to be disappointed. It could have been so much more than it actually was. And that's just my opinion on it, honestly, man. Like, I don't have a whole lot of positive things to say about it. It's not good. The games that I want to play this year are going to be like Fallout 76, Hitman, Red Dead Redemption 2, the new Walking Dead game that's coming out. Like, I can't get myself fixed to Call of Duty like I could. I can still go back and play Black Ops 3 or Modern Warfare Remastered or Black Ops 1 for that matter, and have a hell of a time and play it for 12 hours. I have no problems doing that. It's just this game did not meet my expectations for what Treyarch was going to deliver. Now, don't get me wrong, if they can fix all this stuff, or if they can turn this game completely 180, fucking right, I will play the shit out of it. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're just going to milk it for what it is, and hopefully supply drops keep them going for 3 years. Because at the end of the day, there's only so many changes you can make to a game before it's not the same game you bought anymore. And Activision has strict policies on what they allow and don't allow people in their games that they publish, or they won't publish them. It's just pretty simple like that. So, in an overall opinion, I don't think it's a good game, if you couldn't tell. I really don't. I think that there's much better games on the market that are going to come out, like Fallout, Hitman, Red Dead. There's a new Walking Dead game coming out. There's Spider-Man coming out. There's Spyro. There's Battlefield 5, which the beta comes out here in a little bit. There's so many games coming out. You have so many options. All I'm going to say is if you don't like the game, don't be afraid to voice your opinion, obviously. I know I sound like a fucking idiot saying that, but hey, man, I do these videos because I'm bored, and it's fun. So, that's my opinion, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, do that too. Subscribe if you're new. If there's anything I missed, put it down in the comments below. Ask me a question. I did this kind of off the rip. I've been waiting 2 months for my headset to get fixed, and the cable finally just landed today. So I thought I'd hop on and make this video while I could. The Blackout multiplayer beta is going to start here in a little bit, so I don't know if I'm going to do one for that, or if I'm even going to play it. But this is Black Ops itself, the multiplayer without Blackout. This is the review that I'm doing, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will see you all in the next one, and thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye!